Hello, this is James Lindberg, pastor of Living Grace Lutheran Church in Omaha, Nebraska. And thank you for joining me for this meditative prayer. This one is called Praying for Justice, and it is inspired by the parable of the unjust judge, or the parable of the persistent widow is also what it's called, in Luke chapter 18, verses 1 through 8. First, I would invite you to find a quiet place. It's generally free of distractions as you sit down in a comfortable position. And as you do so, you can close your eyes and calm your thoughts for a few moments. We get so busy with thoughts and thinking about things that we need to do, or thinking thoughts that are angry, or even thinking pleasant thoughts as well. We just get so lost in our thoughts. So close your eyes and calm your thoughts for just a few moments. One of the best ways to do that is by focusing on your breathing. So breathe in and breathe out, and as you do so, focus on your breath, and don't just focus on your breath for no reason. Focus on your breath because your breath is a reminder of God's surrounding presence and a reminder of God's moment-to-moment sustaining power in your life. So take a few moments and take a few deep breaths and begin to enter into this moment of meditative prayer. Now, as you've taken some time to focus on your breathing, maybe say a short opening prayer, or bring a short opening prayer to your heart to focus you in on this time even more. Continue to focus on your breathing as we begin our prayers for people who need justice, people who need fairness in their lives. So I'd invite you to visualize yourself in a situation that corresponds to a situation that other people feel. We have 5 of these situations for you to visualize yourself in, one for each day of the week. So depending on what day of the week it is, you can visualize yourself being in this situation where others are in who want fairness and justice. And if one of these situations is too hard or hits too close to home, then you can just go ahead and pass it by and visualize yourself in another one, a different one. Monday, we are visualizing ourselves as someone who was wrongfully incarcerated. We are praying for justice for those who are wrongfully incarcerated. Tuesday, praying for those who are persecuted for their faith, no matter what their faith might be, for those who are persecuted for their faith and for what they believe. Wednesday, we visualize ourselves as being discriminated against because of the color of our skin. Thursday, we visualize ourselves crying out for justice because we are living in poverty. And Friday, we visualize ourselves being in a situation of domestic violence. Take a moment and see if you can't visualize how you would feel if you were in this situation. Again, some of these might be very difficult for you to do because perhaps you've faced a situation like this, so then please pass over and continue to focus on your breath rather than focusing on a situation that causes you too much distress. But visualize yourself in one of those situations where you would want justice, you would want fairness, you would want things to change, even when they don't feel like they're changing. So take a moment and visualize yourself in that situation. If you can't remember what they are, then those different situations for each day of the week will be posted in the description of this video down below. Again, take a moment just to visualize yourself in the situation that corresponds to the day of the week that you are praying. Think about how you feel. Think about the struggles you face. Think about how other people might look at you or look down on you, even though you're trying your best. Think about how people might judge you, even though you're in this situation from no fault of your own. Visualize and feel the feelings of what it means to want justice and fairness and to need it in your life. Next, as you're done with visualizing what it might be for you to be in that situation, next pray these simple words. I ask justice for, and then the people we are asking justice for this day of the week. Monday, I ask justice for those who are wrongfully incarcerated. Tuesday, I ask justice for those who are persecuted for their faith. Wednesday, I ask justice for those who are discriminated against because of the color of their skin. Thursday, I ask justice for those who live in poverty. Friday, I ask justice for those who are victims of domestic violence. Take a moment and ask for justice for those people for this particular day you are praying. You can close this time of prayer by asking the Holy Spirit to humbly shift your perspective about others and to help you see those people not as people that are different from you, but as your people, people you are connected with. Take a few moments then to sit peacefully, surrounded by the presence of God, focusing on your breath as we soon come to the end of this meditative prayer. Sit surrounded by the presence of God and breathe. And then when you're done, you can slowly open your eyes. Now this week, as you go out into your life, maybe you'll run into someone who needs justice or fairness. I don't know. It could happen. And if it does, may the prayers that you have prayed here in this time inspire you to speak up for them and to serve them. To not only pray for justice, but to act with justice in your life. Thank you so much for listening and following along and praying this meditative prayer with me, praying for justice. We'll have another prayer posted here on our YouTube page next week. You could also find more information about all of our guided prayers at our website, livinggraceomaha.org. That's livinggraceomaha.org. Again, I'm Pastor James Lindberg, and thank you so much for joining along for this meditative prayer. We'll see you next week.